Hello again, welcome back. Welcome to class 448. Not bad, we're progressing. Translation booklet, the original translation booklet, page 148, creo. 148. List number 8, list number 7. Are you ready? Siempre tengo que hacerlo yo. I always have to do it. Why me? Why me? I always have to do it. You never do it. Marta never does it. Nobody does it. Me, I always have to do it. I always end up having to do it. Siempre acabo teniendo que hacerlo. Yo. I always have to do it. I always have to do it. I'm tired of doing it. I don't want to do it anymore, but I always have to do it. I'm the only responsible person here. I always have to do it. No tendrán que llamarnos nunca. Ya verás. They'll never have to call us. Never again. Yeah, why? Because Marta and I have retired. We've decided not to continue with this television show. And so, if the people want to call, not to us, they'll never have to call us again. Nos libramos de todos estos. Yeah, all of this mess. Yes, they'll never have to call us. They'll never have to call us. A menudo ella tiene que convencerle. She often, Marta, convencer a Rob, otro que trabaja ahí. Ella a menudo le tiene que convencer. She often has to convince him. He's hard-headed. ¿A que sí? Es cabezota. Testarudo. He's hard-headed. Testa de tet. He's hard-headed. And so she often has to convince him. She often has to. Tiene que. She often has to convince him. Yes, she has to use persuasive arts. Y mano izquierda. Yeah. She has to use some special artistic talents, okay? She often has to convince him. All right. Tendrás que hacerlo mañana. I cannot see these. Tengo que hacer algo, Marta. Tendrás que hacerlo mañana. You'll have to do it tomorrow. You'll have to do it tomorrow, not today. You'll have to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the only day in which, in el cual, tomorrow is the only day in which you can do it. And you have to do it tomorrow. So, tomorrow, you'll have to do it. Futuro con tendrás que hacerlo. Sí o sí, mañana. You'll, hierba, hiedra, you'll, como pull, you'll have to do it tomorrow. The wonderful word, you'll have to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's the only day. Tomorrow is the day to do it for. You'll have to do it tomorrow. No me sale. You'll have to do it tomorrow. A veces sí. Yeah, you'll have to do it tomorrow. Okay, todo el mundo tiene que trabajar, eh? Everybody has to work. Everybody has to work, huh? To make a living. Not true. Some people don't have to work. Some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Yes, nacer con una cuchara de plata en la boca, o en su boca, decimos en inglés. Es nacer dentro de una familia rica. To be born into a rich family, you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Yeah. Were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth? No. No. She's not from a rich family, a wealthy family. Me neither. Neither did I. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. All right. And when I came to Spain, permanently, when I came to Spain in 1974, I had $300 in my pocket. And I knew only 2 people. So, yeah. But you have to start. Todo parte de una molécula, que sé. Imperios grandes y pequeños. Todos parten de una idea única en la cabeza o de una molécula. Una idea molecular. All right. Hasta imperios se han creado. Muchos, además. Yes, sir. So, todo el mundo tiene que trabajar. Everybody has to work. Everyone has to work. There are no exceptions. All right. ¿A quién tiene que encender el motor? Who has to start the engine? To start, además de empezar o comenzar, es arrancar un motor. To start. Who has to start the engine? Me, no. That's not my job. Well, what's your job? My job is to drive the car, but my job isn't to start the engine. So who has to start the engine? Who has to start the engine? ¿Quién tiene que encender el motor? Él sabe lo que tiene que hacer. He knows what he has to do. And I know what I have to do. And Marta knows what she has to do. Do you know what you have to do? Do you really know what you have to do? To get ahead in life, para seguir adelante en la vida. Do you know what you have to do? You have to be humble and you have to work hard. Yeah, él sabe lo que tiene que hacer. He knows what he has to do. He knows what y qué tiene que hacer. And what does he have to do? What does he? What does he? Nativos decimos does he. Does he? Ella, does she? Does he? What does he have to do? ¿Por qué tiene que verla? Why does he have to see her? Why does he have to see her? Why? He has to see her? Jeffrey has to see Priscilla? Why does he have to see her? I mean, what's the connection? I don't understand the connection. Why does he have to see her? Why does he have to see her? All right. Él tiene que hacer lo que yo le digo. O lo que yo le diga. Both are correct. Él tiene que hacer lo que yo digo siempre. Lo que yo digo siempre, él lo tiene que hacer. He has to do what I say. He has to do what I say. Ahora, él va a hacer lo que yo le diga. He will do whatever I say. Si le digo blanco, blanco. Si le digo negro, negro. So, whatever I say, cuando es aleatorio, lo que diga, lo que me salga, lo que se me antoje, es whatever. Ahora, él siempre hace lo que yo hago. Él siempre hace lo que yo le digo, ¿no? Él tiene que hacer lo que le digo. He has to do what I say. He has to do what I say. Okay, él debe de ser rico. Debe de ser rico. He must be rich. He must be rich. Really? Yeah. I mean, look. He's driving a Rolls Royce. He's driving a Rolls Royce. He must be rich. He's the chauffeur. Oh, really? He's not the owner. No, he's the chauffeur. Oh, okay, well then probably he's not rich. Conclusión lógica, must. He must be rich. Debe de ser rico. All right, ¿por qué crees eso? Why do you think that? He must be rich. ¿Por qué crees eso? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Porque tiene muchos coches. Because he has a lot of cars. Because he has a lot of cars. Eso no significa que sea rico. That doesn't mean he's rich. That doesn't mean, eso no significa que sea rico, el que tenga muchos coches. That doesn't mean he's rich. Bueno, si tú lo dices, okay. If you say so. Tiene 7 coches el tipo. Yeah, he has 7 cars. And you say that doesn't mean he's rich? Well, si tú lo dices, if you say so. Yes, because I say so. ¿Por qué lo tengo que hacer? Porque lo digo yo, ¿vale? Why do I have to do it? Because I say so. And who's the boss here? You or me? Me. So, do it. Yeah, but why do I have to do it? Because I say so, okay? That's a strong. En este caso no es strong. It's not strong. It says, ¿por qué crees que? Porque eso no significa que sea rico, que tenga teniendo 7 coches. That doesn't mean he's rich. Bueno, vale, si tú lo dices, okay. If you say so. If you say so. All right. Deben de estar en la primera planta del edificio. They must be on the first floor. They must be on the first floor. In the United States, ojo, be careful in the United States. It's funny. In the United States, the ground floor, planta baja, se dice planta suelo. The ground floor is called the first floor. In Europe and Spain, the first floor in the United States is the second floor. You understand? So, Y para mayor confusión, and the mess is, el sótano se llama basement, es el basamento, basement. Entonces, pone la letra B for basement. So Spanish people go to New York City, say B, bajo, planta baja. And they go down, where are we? They're in the basement of the hotel or the shopping center or the shopping building and things. So be careful. Remember, in the United States, in the elevators, the buttons, the B means basement, la planta baja. And number 1 is the ground floor. All right, the ground floor. All right. Cultural enrichment here. Okay. ¿Dónde estoy? Where am I? Deben de estar en la primera planta. They must be on the first floor. Yeah. How do you know? ¿Qué te hace pensar eso? What makes you think that? What makes you think that? Aquí no hay verbo auxiliar. Porque el sujeto es what? No sabemos el sujeto. Hay algo que le hace pensar a ese que está en la primera planta. What makes you think that? You say they're on the first floor. Yeah, deben de estar en la primera planta. Deben de estar ahí, seguro. O sea, they must be. Conclusión lógica de nuevo. They must be on the first floor. Well, what makes you think that? Pues hay una luz encendida en la ventana. There's a light on in the window. Bueno, in the window, no, in the room sería, ¿no? But se dice en la ventana. There's a light on in the window. Yeah. Eso no quiere decir que haya alguien ahí. That doesn't mean there's somebody there. That doesn't mean there's someone there. That doesn't mean there's someone there. Yeah, but I can see somebody looking out at you and me. So strange. I'm not sure if it's a person. Maybe it's a ghost looking out. 2 eyes are looking out. Okay, él debe de tener mucho, él, nuestro amigo de los 7 coches, ¿no? Él debe de tener muchos problemas, digo yo. He must have a lot of problems. I would say, diría yo, he must have a lot of problems. Pero él, ese otro, debe de ser una persona agradable. He must be a nice person. He must be a pleasant person. Pleasant, nice, congenial, a very kind person. He must be a pleasant person. Estas reuniones siempre duran mucho tiempo. These meetings always last a long time. I hate these meetings. These meetings are a waste of time. And they always last so long. They are such long meetings. They always last so long that I fall asleep. Richard, I fall asleep in the meetings. Yeah. What's the subject? What point on the agenda? We're on point 3. Oh, point 3 on the agenda. But Richard, you were snoring. I was snoring. Yeah, you were snoring. Well, next time, if you see me falling asleep, elbow me, codéame, o sea, dame un codazo. Elbow me in the ribs, en las costillas. Bam! Como las costillas de comer, ribs. Elbow me in the ribs if I start to fall asleep because I snore when I sleep. Yes. Estas reuniones siempre duran mucho tiempo. These meetings, these meetings always last a long time. Nunca sabes cuánto tiempo van a durar. Nunca sabes, nunca se sabe. En español nunca se sabe. Se suele usar el impersonal. Pero en inglés hacemos el tú impersonal. The impersonal you. Not you. Nunca se sabe. Nunca sabes cuánto van a durar. You never know. You never know how long they're going to last. These meetings. You never know how long they're going. These meetings always last a long time. You never know how long they're going to last. You never know. You, yellow yedra, you never know how long they're, pero no allí, there. They are, la contracción. You never know how long they are going to last. You never know how long they're going to last. You never know how long they're going to last. Yeah, I know. Por eso me duermo. That's why, por eso, that's why I fall asleep. Un discurso suele durar una hora. Okay. A speech usually lasts an hour. Yeah, but sometimes a speech lasts half an hour. Other times a speech lasts 15 minutes. The most famous speech in the history of the United States is the Gettysburg Address. This speech was in 1863 when Abraham Lincoln took a train. I think it was October or November, a little bit cold. He took a train from Washington, D.C. to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I think it's about, well, at that time, maybe 2 hours. And he went to the battleground, Campo de Batalla, of Gettysburg, the biggest battle in the American Civil War. He went about 4 months after the battle to consecrate the battlefield as a final resting place for soldiers on the north and the south. And he gave a speech. He gave an address. Address también es discurso. Address como dirección o señas. Address. And it's called the Gettysburg Address. It's 3 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's the best speech in the history of the United States. I cannot say it on television or on the radio because I choke up. Choke es estrangulador del aire del coche cuando había carburadores. That's a choke. Choke también es atragantarse. You know, bam, you choke. Choke also is estrangular. But to choke up is no controlas las emociones y empiezas a llorar. And you can't control it, you choke up. And the Gettysburg Address, it's a speech. And it only lasts 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute speech. Lo bueno breve 2 veces bueno. En este caso 100 veces bueno. All right? It's like the Gettysburg Address. But of course, I'm American. If you read it in English, you probably won't feel the power of the speech. If you read it in Spanish, there are many translations, but most of the translations are South American translations, and they're not the type of speech you have in Spain. But nevertheless, I would recommend it. All right, so, un discurso suele durar una hora, mentira. Bueno, a speech usually lasts, difícil de pronunciar, que sí, lasts. A speech usually lasts, solemos, how do you say, atropellar la T y alargar el sonido de S para no decir lasts. A speech usually lasts an hour. Algunos discursos duran mucho menos. Yes, some speeches last much less. Some speeches last much less. True, my friend. Some speeches last much less. Are you ready? Vocabulary, page 81, list 33. Al principio, at first. Al principio pensé que Marta estaba enfadada. At first, I thought she was angry. But then I realized that she wasn't. But at first, lo que no decimos at the beginning. At the beginning está al principio. Al principio de este libro, at the beginning. In the beginning, solo en el Génesis de la Biblia, del Antiguo Testamento. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning. All right, so at first, al principio, también la expresión, en un principio, no solo al principio. En un principio pensé, at first, es lo mismo. At first. Al principio, at first. Confirmación. Confirmation. Very easy. To confirm, confirmation. All right. Definición. Definition. De raíz latina. Muy fácil, ¿eh? Entonces eso. Definition. I need a definition. High definition television. de alta definición. Grado, grado, ojo. Degree. Ahora bien, grados de temperatura. Okay, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 10 degrees below zero, 10 degrees above zero. Degrees. Yes. El grado de entendimiento, the degree of understanding, degree. Ahora bien, titulación de secundaria is the high school degree or secondary school degree, baccalaureate degree. Y luego la titulación universitaria is the bachelor's degree, the degree, master's degree, and PhD or doctoral degree or doctorate, PhD. Degree, grado, yes. También grado es el grado de inclinación. It's not degree, that's grade como en español. Gran almacén o grandes almacenes, department store. Cada vez menos. Bueno, the Corte Inglés is a department store. It's a very good department store. Yeah. It's a very good department store. Yes, one of the best. In fact, I think, now I don't know, but 30 years ago, the Corte Inglés was the biggest single client of Otis Elevator. Ascensores Otis, you know, which is in Ohio, in the United States. It's an American company, an American multinational. And of course, Otis Elevator has a lot of very important customers because it's number one in the world. But the biggest single customer, Factura Única, the biggest is Corte Inglés, or was. Now I don't know. All right, it's a department store. Macy's in the United States, Bloomingdale's, these are department stores. All right, grandes almacenes, el Corte Inglés. When my mother came to Spain, she said, I want to go to the Cortes Inglés. She said, El Cortes Inglés. No el Corte Inglés, la Cortes Inglés. All right, they're not Cortes, okay. But in any case, durante, during that, during the Second World War, during the First World War, during the 30 Years' War, during the Vietnam War, during last class. All right, me alegro, I'm glad. I'm glad you're glad, me alegro que te alegres. Me alegro de que estés bien, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're glad that I'm glad. O sea, te alegres y yo me alegre. Pues yo me alegro que te alegres que yo me alegre. I'm glad you're glad that I'm glad. Everybody's glad, yeah. So I'm glad to meet you, glad to meet you. Sí, me alegro de conocerle, o sea, mucho gusto en conocerle. I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad to know. Me alegro de saber. I'm glad to know. I'm sorry. I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm glad. Me alegro de que hayas podido ir a la playa. I'm glad you were able to go to the beach. Sí, lamento que no hayas podido. I'm sorry you weren't able to go to the beach. I'm glad you did it. Me alegro que lo hayas hecho por fin. Sí, sí, me alegro lo hiciste. Así en inglés. I'm glad you did it. O sea, me alegro que lo hicieras o que lo hayas hecho. I'm glad you did it. I'm sorry you did it. It was a mistake. All right, I'm glad. Pérdida, loss. Fue una gran pérdida. It was a terrible loss. Yes, the loss. Yes, we lost. Yes, our team lost for the first time this season. Esta temporada. Our team lost. Oh, it was our first loss. Fue la primera vez que perdimos. Fue nuestra primera pérdida. O sea, se dice así. Partido perdido. It was our first loss. Doble S. Y no, ninguna T. Perdido es lost. Pero pérdida es loss. Fue una pérdida muy crítica. A critical loss. ¿Dónde estoy? Riesgo, risk. Alto riesgo. High risk. Risky, arriesgado. Learning English is very risky, right? It's a high risk. All right. Fuerza, strength. Strength. Power. Power is poder o potencia. Fortaleza is strength o fuerza. Strength. Yes. Fuerte is strong. Fuerte. Fuerte también is fort. Yes, fort. For example, ¿se puede decir demasiados fuertes? Marta? No. Demasiados fuertes? No. Oh, okay. Los indios perdieron en el viejo oeste porque había demasiados fuertes de la caballería, no? That's correct. So you can say demasiados fuertes. All right. Very good. You see? All right. Too many forts. Ahora, demasiado fuerte is too strong. Él es demasiado fuerte para mí. He's too strong for me. But that was too many forts. El Forte Laramie, Forte no sé qué. Cheyenne, Forte, it's forts. But in any case, here we are with fuerza, la fuerza bruta, pure strength, power, force, strength, tonto, stupid. De hecho, la palabra en español estúpido es fuerte. En inglés no. Bueno, no. En inglés significa tonto. No seas tonto. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. It's very, very common. But I have to go now. I'll continue with this tomorrow.